Good morning. Welcome to the Chronicles of Søren. And today, it's a cold and snowy day in Calgary. And I decided that I don't want to pay $25 for parking in downtown Calgary for 2 hours, so, sorry, snowy out. Snow sticks to the beard. So I decided that LRT is the way to go. So, join me on my trek to the downtown core, taking pictures, of course, with my trusty N50 to the Calgary LRT. Ooh. Ah! Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out how waterproof this thing really is, eh? I'm blowing my camera. There was snow on it. The good thing when you're out shooting in the middle of the morning, in residential streets anyways, is that there's no one here. So, yeah, you can kind of stand in the middle of the road. Oh, the road there. So I'm gonna give it a shot. There we go. Look what difference is. Now I got a filter on there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to get that street light in my focus point. We'll talk about that later, not the focal point. And now, what I'm going to try today is keeping a low shutter speed. Yes, I'm going to keep a low shutter speed. I'm at 1/50 or 1/50th, I think it is. So we're going to try that. And it's snowing out, and oh, I got that flare in there. See, I love the idea of taking that picture. The snow coming down. I'm not sure if you can see the little green flare in there. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture, see if I can edit that out on Lightroom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to hide that little lens flare, I think it's called. And I'm going to try to hide it on Lightroom. Well, I'm going to try to take it out on Lightroom, but I'm going to try to hide it in the light itself. So when I start positioning it, I'm going to get it so that little flare is actually in the light as well. So let's see if it works. I don't want to stay out here too long because it is snowing and I'm seeing moisture gather on the M50. And again, I don't know if this is weather protector or not. So I'm willing to have a little bit of excitement, you know, risking it a little bit, but not that much. Okay, so let's try this hiding the flare in the middle of the light while the snow's coming down. And I got my aperture at 1.8, I got 1/50, and my ISO is at 400. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna try to hide that lens flare in the middle. One of the things I've noticed on the videos that I've been doing is that I say okay so a lot. I think that's because of my stutter I had when I was a child. It's also, if you listen to me speak, I speak very slowly. I try to think of my words first, because when I don't, everything just spews out and, well, I sound like an idiot. I wonder if I can focus onto this no parking sign up there and see if I can get those lights bokeh out. Trying to focus on that pole. Oh yeah, look at all those beautiful. Oh, darn it. Let's try that again. Okay. That is some nice bokehs. So I focus on the signpost. I'm going to move my grid line over so we get the darkness in. Okay. It's time for me to get down to the LRT. I've had a lot of fun. I've been having a bit of fun taking pictures of the snow and the lights. But now I'm just gonna get focused and get my ass to the LRT. Or maybe I'll try that in a Schwarzenegger voice. Get your ass to the LRT. If anyone who's an 80s kid, maybe even a 90s kid, who's watched Arnold Schwarzenegger, they'll know the reference. When I re-watch the videos and I see me saying okay so all the time, I think it's giving myself maybe a time to think so I can figure out what I want to say next. I talked to my wife about it and she told me that she's been hearing me say okay so in between phrases for years. But it took me doing my videos on YouTube to figure it out. Okay, I just did it again, okay. It's not easy doing YouTube, you know? But if you got an opportunity or if you want to try, just do it. Stop talking about it. It's difficult talking in front of the camera, right? It would be easier if I wrote my dialogue down, which is something I'm working on. It's a process. I'm trying to figure out how to best produce these videos every week. And one of the ways is to write it down. I have written down what I'm doing today. I have written down what I'm going to be chatting about today. I just have a hard time walking and talking and doing the same thing. It's like I'm not an idiot. It's like I can walk and chew gum at the same time, but it's a little more difficult to walk and chat about what you're doing. So, again, okay, so. The street lamp that I want to take a picture of is right over there, so let's take a look at it and see if we can get a good shot out of it. A little bit closer. We do see that lens flare again. I like locking it up to the grid lines. Okay. This is an unintentional catchphrase. Let's see if that turns out. I have not been saying that for 10 years or more. Okay, so, yeah, you got me on that one. Plain as day. Even though it's night out. So we go back to some terminology that I've screwed up. I wasn't sure what the lens was called. That was like a 15 to 45 or a 24 to 70 or my surprise lens that's coming tomorrow. I'll tell you about that in the next video. You'll probably see it in the next video. So, Sigma is what I was calling the lenses that were 15 to 45 or 24 to 70. Now the correct term is telephoto zoom lens. So if you have a 15 to 45, which is the M50 kit lens, that is going to be a telephoto zoom lens if I read correctly today. Oh, my ride's here.
Earlton Stampede Station. Doors normally open on the left. City Hall Bow Valley College Station. Doors normally open on the right. Welcome to the TD Free Fare Zone.
Okay, I just got off the LRT and I'm at the Bow Valley City Hall LRT stop. And there are some pretty cool shots around here, it looks like. So we're just gonna go take a look at the Calgary Needle, maybe it's called. I like how it's lit up at the bottom there, and below it, it's all like darkness. So I want to see if I can get a better shot, less glare from the overhead lights here. Also going to see if I can get around that wire. Okay. Okay, I changed my battery out. Luckily, I decided to put my battery in my pocket. So just give me 1 minute here while I change my battery out. Okay, I'm telling you, there's going to be a counter on this screen somewhere, I think, if I can figure out how to do it anyways. Every time I say okay and so. Okay, so. I recently decided not to buy the R8 and to stick with the M50. There's a store in town here. There's a store in town here that was offering a a Black Friday sale. And the R8 was about, I think it was $1,800. With the R8 with also the 55 to 210, the standard 24 to 55 that was on it, it would be about $2,500, taxes in and everything. And I had to say to myself, and I hate saying this, trust me, I hate saying this. Do I need it? Or do I want it? Now, so first I looked at my long-term goals, the next year. What do I want to do in the next year? And I said to myself, I want to focus on the YouTube channel, right? And I picked up the Action 5 that I'm shooting on right now, which is a really great camera. It solved a lot of the problems I had with me trying to hold stuff and the shaking of the view screen. View screen? Yeah, the view screen. So I decided that the most important thing for me was, most important thing for me was to concentrate on my YouTube channel. You know, I would love to sell my images. You know, I'm out here shooting, but I'm trying to become a photographer. I consider myself an amateur photographer now. So what I need to do is I need to go out and just do it. But I don't need to do it with an expensive fucking camera. I can do, shouldn't be swearing. So I wanted to do it. I don't need to do the YouTube commercial with an expensive camera, right? All I need to do is get out here and start doing it. That's the quote from this morning. Stop talking about it and start doing it. So, do I need the R8? Hell, I don't need it, but I want it. I want the R5 or the R6. And one day, I will get it. Maybe with the help of you people out there in YouTube land. If you like my work, if you like what I'm doing here, if you're still watching at this point, subscribe, like, show me a little love, I appreciate it. So I'm back to the Calgary Needle again, if that's what it's called. And I want to see if I can try to take a picture of it now, a little closer up, and see what I get. Oh, if you ever come to Calgary, there's a transit-free zone in the downtown core. And now that there's no LRTs going, I'm gonna quickly cross the street here. Okay. Okay, so. Well, At the very least, I need to laugh at my okay so comments all the time, because you can't laugh at it, might as well cry. So I'm gonna try that Calgary needle shot again through the trees. My speed is 1/50, I got a 2.2 aperture, and my ISO is at 200. That's, ooh. The courthouse is really lit up. I've taken a lot of pictures of this clock tower over the years, but I've never come out in this weather. I've always been, it's so cold. Well, you know what? It's cold. It may be cold, but there's a lot of interesting shots out here, so. I want to take a picture of the City Hall clock tower, but underneath, I'm walking underneath a bunch of halogen lights, and they're creating kind of a haze on top of the image. So I don't have any kind of filter that I can fix it with that I know of. Again, photographers, if you know a filter that gets rid of the haze from the lights above the shot, let me know in the comments. Thanks. I think in my last video I said I should have started with a 22mm for the downtown core. I started with my 50 again. I don't know why. I like my 50. I like the 50. I think the bokeh. And there's a lot of shots around here that have a great amount of opportunity for bokehs. Of course, cars always come by in the least time you want it. I decided not to buy the R8. I'm going to stick with the M50. What I did decide to do is go buy the telephoto zoom lens, the 55x200. Give myself some more options with the M50. Lot of snow out. I think I said this in the last video that sometimes you kind of stop somewhere and you find a bunch of shots all in one place. I think this might be one of the spots. Someone drew a heart symbol. I don't want to walk over it. Doing my squat. Whew. Well, I didn't have my 22mm on. I went straight with my 50, but maybe that'll turn out nicely. Calgary Public Building. Have I covered all the terminology goofs I've made so far? I talk about Sigma lenses. I did the telephoto lens zoom. I corrected that mistake as well. Oh look, it's a police officer. Hello, Mr. Police Officer. Hello. Whew. I was just screwing around taking the image of the police officer. Then I saw the lights kind of line up very nicely here, the blue lights. So let's see if we can get a shot of that. I'm gonna walk closer to that first one while I'm trying to get everything lined up without any cars in the background. As soon as the cars stop going by one day. How long can you hold your hand still till the cars stop? There we go. Been out here for about a half an hour, 45 minutes after I got off the LRT, and I just got to say one thing. Brrr! Oh, my Lord. Okay. The extents I go to for a shot, but the shots at nighttime are really cool shots. Just the shots at nighttime in the middle of a snowstorm, not so much. So I'm gonna take a couple more shots and then I'm gonna start heading back to the LRT and then get my cute little bum home. Trust me, it's cute. My wife told me so. Just my focus point. Oh. Yeah, let's see if I can, yeah, okay.
Wait.
Okay. Excuse me. Are you clearing off this area over here?
Sorry, what?
Are you clearing this area over here next?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I take a picture as you come towards me? I'll be down there. I'm just gonna try to take a picture of the snow blowing all over the place.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't mind?
Yeah, I don't mind.
I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Just do whatever you're doing and I'm just gonna take the picture and then take off.
Okay, for sure.
Thanks. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You as well. Stay warm. That was that is the official first time I've ever asked anybody if I can take a picture when they're doing something. And he was really nice. It just goes to show you, it doesn't hurt to ask. Because me being out here doing this, oh, it scares the crap out of me. But you can't let fear stop you. You guys mind if I take a picture of you? No.
The next Saddletown train is arriving.
Well, that's it for another episode of Chronicles of Søren. Thank you for joining me today. If you have an opportunity and you would like to see more episodes, please subscribe and like. And if you can, leave a comment because I appreciate them. Helps me learn that way. And thank you very much for understanding my goofs on terminology. But I think I corrected some of them that I did over the last 2 episodes. And yeah, I'm gonna get out of this cold weather. I'm gonna do the journey back up the hill to my home. And I will see you next Tuesday.